Welcome back to the Grey Cat channel. In my previous video I showed you how easy it is to build an AI app using AI SDK core. Today we are taking it to the next level. I'm going to show you how to build a full-stack AI chat application with a beautiful user interface. We'll start with a basic chat app, explore the difference between streaming and non-streaming responses, and even implement a cool autocomplete feature that suggests completions as you type. For this demo, I'm using the most popular stack right now, Next.js with the AI SDK React library. And here is the exciting part. At the end, I'll show you the brand new AI Elements, which is a collection of pre-built components that makes building AI applications even simpler. Think of it like ShadCN, but specifically for AI interfaces. Let's dive in. Alright, so I'm starting with this empty Next.js project. As you can see, I've got a basic UI here with a chat interface, but it's not connected to anything yet. If you type hi, it just returns a placeholder response. The UI is built with ShadCN, which is based on Radix UI. Pretty much the trendiest UI library right now. What's cool about ShadCN is that it doesn't work like a traditional dependency. Instead, it copies pre-built components directly to your project's components folder. This means these components become part of your project and you can customize them anytime you want. Before we connect our AI, we need to handle authentication. Next.js automatically loads environment variables from a .env.local file, and the AI SDK packages are smart enough to automatically use API keys from there. So I'm going to put my Google Gemini API key in the env local file. The SDK will pick it up automatically without us having to pass it explicitly in the code. Now let me create a new Git worktree branch and install the AI SDK dependencies. I'm using my worktree CLI tool here. If you're curious about that, check out my previous video about Git worktrees. Let's start by building the streaming backend. In Next.js, when you follow a specific file naming convention in the app directory, these files become serverless functions when deployed to Vercel. It's common to put API routes in the API folder. Here in my API chat route.ts, I'm importing the Google SDK and the stream text function from AI SDK core. I'm also loading a system prompt from a file. Let me show you that quickly. It's a fun prompt that makes the AI act like a grey British short-hair cat. The cat uses puns, cat emojis, and has this friendly, informal personality. Pretty fun, right? Now the magic happens with the useChat hook on the front end. This hook gives us three main things: messages array for the conversation history, a send message function to send new messages, and the status to track the current state. In AI SDK React version 2, we need to manage the state manually, which gives us more control over the application. Let me demonstrate how this works. When I type Hello Kitty and send it, you can see the loading spinner appears while we wait for the response. The cat is typing. And there we go. The response streams in sentence by sentence, creating this nice typewriter effect. Let's look at the network tab to see what's happening under the hood. When I send a message, it makes a post request to our chat endpoint. Look at the response. It's using server send events format. Each chunk starts with the data followed by JSON. We get different event types: start when streaming begins, text delta for each text chunk, and finish when it's done. The client assembles these chunks in real time, which is why we see that smooth typing animation. Now for something more interesting. Let's add autocomplete suggestions as the user types, similar to what you see in GitHub Copilot or Cursor. I've created a new API route at API/completion that uses OpenAI 4.0 mini model. I found it works much better for the completions than Gemini. The system prompt tells it to suggest completions focused on British short-hair cats, keeping with our theme. On the front end, we are using the useCompletion hook alongside useChat. Combining these two hooks without conflicts was actually a bit tricky. To avoid sending requests on every keystroke, I'm using low-debounce function. The completion only triggers after you stop typing for 300 milliseconds. Watch this. As I type hello gray, it suggests a continuation in semi-transparent text. If I press tab, it accepts the suggestion and I can keep typing. The current input is shown in white and the suggestion appears in gray. Pretty cool, right? When you send a message, it automatically clears both the completion and the input field, keeping everything clean. Let me quickly show you what the chat would like without streaming. I've created another route that uses generate text instead of stream text. This returns a simple JSON response with the complete message. On the client, we are just using regular fetch to send messages and get responses. While this totally works, watch what happens with longer responses. See how we have to wait for the entire response before anything appears. It feels much less natural. The streaming approach makes the AI feel more responsive, like it's actually typing to you in real time. Now for the exciting part, AI elements. This is brand new from Vercel and is going to make your life so much easier. To install it, you run npx AI elements at latest. Similar to ShadCN, it copies components into your project, in this case into a components AI elements folder. It also installs some Radix UI dependencies that the components use. Look at what we get out of the box. We have conversation components for the chat container, message components with built-in avatars, and styling with a prompt input with a nice text area and submit button. But here's what really impressed me. Watch the auto-scroll behavior. As new messages come in or long responses are generated, the chat smoothly scrolls to the bottom. If you scroll up to read earlier messages, a scroll to bottom button appears. Click it and you'll smoothly glide back to the latest message. This kind of polish would take ages to build from scratch. AI elements includes tons of reusable components for modern AI interfaces. Action buttons, code blocks, reasoning blocks, source citations, basically everything you see in apps like ChatGPT or Claude. And since these components are copied into your project, you can customize them however you want. And that's a wrap. Just like AI SDK Core made it simple to work with AI models, AI SDK React makes it easy to build reactive AI interfaces. And now with AI elements, creating beautiful polished AI UIs is easier than ever. The AI industry is moving at incredible speed, and so are the tools. What used to take weeks to build can now be done in days or even hours. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe to the Grey Cat for more AI development content. I'll put links to the demo repository, AI SDK documentation, and AI elements in the description below. Thanks for watching and happy coding. See you in the next one.